Alrighty, students, this is an inaugural version of our Student Minute here, and this one is going to be called Two Kinds of People, and this is a challenge. So the question is, are you an architect or a floater? You'll understand that here in a few minutes. I've seen these things many times where it talks about there are two different types of people in the world, and it kind of segregates you between two things, which is a totally ridiculous concept in reality, but there are some things that are interesting about it when you think about it. You know, you have like dog people and cat people. I'm more of a dog person personally. People who eat the whole piece of pizza and people who do not eat the crusts. I will admit I am not a crust eater when I eat pizza, most of the time at least. We have Apple or Android. I think you probably know where I would fit in on that category. And there are two kinds of people in the world in terms of what they do with their mail. Those who have a clean mailbox and those who do not. I am one that would fit into the right side here with thousands and thousands of emails. Yeah, again, it doesn't really do everything, but you know what? I have one that I want to introduce, and that's, are you an architect or a floater? Now, some of you have already had the growth mindset training that we've talked about when this has been introduced. For those of you who have not, let's talk about what this actually means. So there are people who are architects. They're the people who actually go and they make their lives what they want them to be. In other words, they design the path, they know what they want, and then they go and get it no matter what obstacles are in their way. So you can see the person literally building the road to get there. So that's how I view some people. But then you have the other people who are what I'm going to refer to as being a floater. The people who just float downstream. You know, they are on a path that is very determined, but they can't really make it, and they don't really know what it is, but it's just floating downstream, just going with the flow wherever everybody else is going. And you know, there are times when I feel like, you know, floating along is okay. But in reality, when it comes to your life and really taking control of your life and making it what you want it to be, floating, in my opinion, is not really the way to go. And you know, really at Upper St. Clair, I think one of the things that we try to do is to help you to have the tools in your life that will enable you to, well, I guess you could say, hit a home run with your life. And really that's what we're trying to do here. And when you look at a lot of the people in the world who have been very, very highly successful, and not just successful in terms of being the wealthiest people in the world, but successful in terms of making a difference or living out their dreams, which is really what life is about. And if you're not trying to live out your dreams, you need to second guess, you know, what you're doing, because that's really what it's all about. Have things you want to accomplish, go out and do the best you can to actually make them a reality. But nonetheless here, think about these people. Think about the factors that make them who they are. I think we can all agree that they probably weren't people who just floated along in life and just did whatever was the norm, just kind of went along with what everybody else did. There were people who designed their own pathway, who made their own routes. And really, that's what makes us remember these people. Whether it is Steve Jobs or Bill Gates and doing some of the crazy things they have with technology, or Abraham Lincoln or George Washington with their leadership and doing things that really were very innovative for their own time periods and really challenged the status quo or challenged what was normal. Whether it be artists, whether it be athletes, whether it be other famous people. These are people who have been able to make the most of their lives by maximizing their opportunities. That's what you need to do as well here, and I think we all could recognize that. So I have a challenge for you to go along with this. It's not just about giving you a little bit of inspiration, it's about really challenging you to put out a little bit of perspiration, because as Thomas Edison said, success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. So here's the challenge for the month of March. We want you to take a step in being the architect of your own future here. So here's what I want you to do. Make one goal for positive change or learning for the month of March. Something that matters to you moving forward. It's not about what your classmates think you should want. Maybe even not necessarily something that your teacher or parents say. It's something that really matters to you, that's really important, that is going to help you to be successful and to accomplish your dreams. I want you to tell me what it is you're trying to work on. Okay, so you do have to get me involved in this. It's not just you flying solo here. I want you to check in with me about your daily progress. You're going to have to meet with me every day on this and say, I did or did not do this, and if I'm not there for the day, that's fine. We'll catch up later on. And then maybe, just maybe, if you can pull through and you can do this every day all the way through spring break, I'll have something for you. Okay? Why? This one quote that I saw, I think, really kind of puts it all together. I think one of the biggest shortcomings that we have is we don't believe in our own potential. And I say this not because of something I've seen in other people, but something that I've actually seen in myself. You know, there are times when you don't really believe you can do it. You might say it, but deep down inside, you don't have that feeling of I can do it. And this quote kind of explains how we can change that. The quote is, "The way to develop self-confidence is to do the thing you fear and get a record of successful experiences behind you." In other words, once you've proven yourself wrong, once you've proven you can do something that you maybe didn't think you could, that opens the door for everything else in the future. So it's the thing you fear, and by fear I don't mean like jumping and going skydiving. It's more fear like, I'm afraid I'm going to fail at doing this because I don't think I can do it. And it goes on to say this, and this is one of my favorite quotes. It's William Jennings Bryan. Destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. It is not a thing to be waited for, it is a thing to be achieved. What I'm asking you to do is to be confident, grow your confidence, and do something great. Achieve for yourself so that you can become a better person tomorrow than you are today. So, if you are interested, here's what I want you to do. Think about your goals for today and tomorrow. Notice the quotes. We're talking about really what you want to do now in this point in time in your life, and also tomorrow, looking down the road. What are some things you want to do? What are some things you want to accomplish? Email me that you are interested in doing this. And then if you have a specific goal related to what you want later on, think about it. Let me know. If you don't have one and you're thinking to yourself, I don't really know what I want to do for this, let me know and I can help you figure one out. We did something earlier in the year with some students related to New Year's resolutions, and that was really what happened with the majority of the students. It was, hey, let me help you think about something that matters to you, then we can work from there. Now, the last thing I want you to think about here is being cautious of your inner voice. Too often we tell ourselves, this is dumb, I'm not going to do it, I'm embarrassed. You don't say embarrassed, but you know that's what you're actually thinking inside. Don't be scared about being better than you are today. That's really what it comes down to, okay? Sometimes you have to challenge yourself in different ways. This is one I'm going to challenge you with, because the reality is, if you want to make your future great, if you want to be the best version of you that you can be, which is what I'm hoping all of you want, then it comes down to making good choices. So hopefully this will help you to get on the right path of choosing to be great in everything you do in your lives. All right, have a great day, and hopefully I hear back from a lot of you that you're interested in this.